everyone, it's Carla from Casey Creates. I hope you're all doing well. What is today? It's Wednesday, and I have been playing around with some of the items I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I wanted to get started early on some possible Christmas crafts, and so this was just me kind of brainstorming and looking around at different things, and so again, I'm going to have to apologize for the lighting, but I hope you'll be able to see this. I'm actually going to start another one because this one is so tall for my camera angle that I can't get the whole thing in. But I'll just try to go quickly to tell you what you would need if you were shopping at the Dollar Tree here in the U.S. You would need these little plastic shot glasses. I kind of think they look like communion cups, but they come 24 in a pack, and you just glue them in a pyramid of sorts. I was having trouble getting them in a perfect pyramid, so I'm gonna just glue them hopefully to the height no taller than the angle of my camera. And you just need your glue gun. I was a little concerned that they might melt, but they didn't. And so it just takes a little dot, and you want to sort of glue them towards the center of however many you decide to use. You know what, I'm just going to use 6 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom. And it's a bit of a trial and error here because I haven't done it but once. So we'll just see how it goes. I was trying to build them without any glue, and it was like playing a game of Jenga. They just kept falling, so I'm going to just try to make this right on camera, and we'll see how it goes. It's a little early, I think, for Christmas crafts, but to my dismay, last year when I wanted to get started, all of the ideas that I thought would be fun, by the time I went to the store and looked for the items, they were all sold out. And this year, it seems like they're having trouble because they lack the people to do the stocking of the shelves. So I went and bought a bunch of the iridescent, hold on. I don't know if I can talk and build this at the same time. Clearly I can't. So hold on one second. Let's see if I can redeem myself here. Let me try this again. But anyway, part of this project calls for the plastic iridescent snowflakes, and I wanted the translucent ones. You can find the white ones in Hobby Lobby and Michael's, but I wanted the transparent ones, and I wanted all of the items to actually come from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to fudge this one a little bit and glue it to the actual other cup because I'm having trouble, as you can see. So anyway, if you have more time to putz with it off camera, it might build better, or maybe you'll just be better at building than I am. Anyway, so I'm going to use, once I get this built, I'm going to use pieces of the snowflakes for the fronds of the Christmas tree, and I need another glue stick. So I'm working on this dark background. This is actually some of the wallpaper that they create where my husband works, and sometimes he can bring home scraps from that were tossed in the trash because there was some flaw or another. And pardon me because I hear the garage door going up, which means someone is about to enter. So rather than have them interrupt, I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, I hope you're seeing this okay. I'm going to just continue building the little plastic cups. And I hope this ends up something you might like to try. And you don't have to worry if the glue gets kind of out of sorts, because we're going to cover these cups. And I'm going to show you in a minute where it sort of came apart. So you do kind of have to finagle a little bit with the cups, but if you use the hot glue, once you put it on, they really do stay put. So it might seem a little frustrating at first. I need to fit 3 on here, and I'm not sure I'm placing that one in the right. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 3, and then hopefully just 1 more. Oop, that was hot. I don't know if you guys know, but I am not a fan of, well, nobody's a fan of burning themselves, but anytime I do anything with a hot glue gun, or when you're singeing the edge of fabric to make the singed fabric flowers, oh, it just is so frustrating when I burn myself. I can tolerate a lot of pain, except burns are not one of the things I tolerate very well. You know how like people don't like to get poked with a needle, or for me it's burns. Ugh, I just feel so frustrated and makes me grumpy. Okay, so I've got the 3 there, and I'm just going to add 1 more here. I hope you can see. So this is the top one. So I'm trying to make this pyramid shorter so I can get them in the camera. Okay, so that now is the top one. I got a little glue on here, which is going to make it stick. Clean that off. Okay, so then you get these snowflakes, and you guys, last year you could get 2 of these on a card for $1.25, and this year, look, you only get 1. That's a big difference as far as I'm concerned, a 50% increase. And then when you take them off the card, you just break them like this. And then these end up being the fronds that you glue onto your cup pyramid. I've already got several of them broken, so I just wanted to show you. And then you're left with still another pretty snowflake that you could do something with. But I have a pretty decent pile of them already broken, and so the next part is even easier than gluing on the cups, because some of these are slightly bigger. Let me separate out the bigger ones real quick. So I didn't notice until I got home that some of them were a little bit bigger, and so I'm going to start building the tree with the larger ones on the bottom. Is this a larger one? Well, that's a smaller one. Let's see. Bear with me a second. Okay, these are the larger ones. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing on the larger ones. And all you have to do is put a little dab will do ya. And you start building around the base of the cup. Trying to get an angle that you'll be able to see. And you kind of stagger them in between each other to make it more full. So you pretty much can see what I'm doing. So there's a little space here, but I'm just going to lay another one over that. So let's put this one on. And that's why if they don't exactly line up, you can kind of make up for it by where you place the plastic pieces. And what's cool about the way you build this is there's a space in the middle underneath where we're going to put the little electric tea light or battery operated tea light, and that will allow these to illuminate. I need another big one. Let's see if I have more over here. I do. See, it's quite a bit bigger. And I didn't count to see exactly how many of these you'll need, but I'll tell you how many I've used. Now if I can just find one more large one. Let's see. So let's see, I have to put another big one. Right here. Oops. It's not ready for me to move it yet. Alright, so let's see, how many more big ones do I have? I have one that's still trapped here on the card. Two. Oh, I think I have enough to do another layer in between. So you can see I just snapped the larger ones off and set that one aside. And we'll keep gluing. And I'll just finish the taller one off camera. This one needs a little more glue to connect with the other pieces here. There we go. I'm just giving it a minute to connect here. And already need another glue stick. There we go. This is a fun little, well, I guess I always think about doing projects with kids, but I'm not sure it's a good idea with the hot glue unless, I mean, some kids are pretty careful, but those burns really do hurt. They do recommend having a dish of ice water sitting close by, and I would say that's not a bad idea. But since my videos aren't made for children, because YouTube wants you to make sure you say that. I'm strongly suggesting children don't try this, especially without adult supervision, because this adult knows just how much those glue burns hurt. Alright, so let's see. Got 2 more, and that'll probably be just right for using up the larger fronds. And then we'll start filling in with the smaller ones. I hope you're seeing this okay. And it is a little hard to see these because they're iridescent and transparent. But once I put the light on them, I think you'll be able to see them even better. See if you can see, I'm just laying that one there. Give it a chance to hold on. And I think, oh, that one was glued on Cricket. The good thing about making a tree, though, is trees are allowed to kind of bend and twist and not be perfect. So if these aren't on perfectly, they'll probably be even more tree-like. I think I'm all out of the big ones. Oh, here's one more. I'm in luck. I drove around to like 5 different Dollar Trees because I wanted to get the ones that were, these are actually more durable. I got a little duped because I found some at one Dollar Tree that were real flimsy and quite a bit smaller. So these are a lot more rigid and they look nicer in my estimation. So every Dollar Tree that I went to didn't have the really nice sturdy ones that I was on the search for. So I just took the extra time and drove to a few more. And then there was one store that I went to where the lady was, she's a new manager. I know the old manager, he was awesome. You could find pretty much anything in his store. And she's just kind of on a learning curve right now. She's probably a good manager, but all her help, she doesn't have enough help. And so she had a whole back room full of Christmas stuff needing to be put out. And she told me to come back. So I went to a few, maybe 2 other Dollar Trees, and it took me almost an hour, but I came back and she said that she had been stuck behind the register the entire time I was gone. So then one of the checkout clerks let me go in the back storeroom with her. I mean, it wasn't that serious, but I was appreciative of them being so helpful. But when we went back there, it was like a menagerie of boxes. There was no way we could safely look through those boxes. And I'm sure I was some sort of a liability even being back there, so I just told her it was okay. I'd come back in a couple days after they had time to unpack the boxes. I didn't want her to think I was one of those customers that was just going to be annoying until I got what I wanted. Yeah, I knew it wasn't that important. These plastic $1.20. Oh, did you see what I just did? Okay, that hurt, but it really didn't hurt as much as that other burn. Jeez Louise. Okay. Let's see if I can, I need more glue because it pretty much just all got stuck to my finger. Okay. You know what? I think it didn't burn as much because it's one of the glue sticks I just stuck in there. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if that's it or not, but I'm grateful. Okay. So I'm still going. I'm almost to the top. Let me turn this off and build up to the top, and I'll be right back. So I hope this isn't terribly boring. I just filling in any of the empty spaces here. I think it really is looking like a nice little winter type sparkly tree. Hold that there a minute. And then let's see, it looks like, what is that right there? It looks like a space that could use another one. So this is when you can just start filling in. And I'm gonna say I used 3 large ones and 3 small ones, but you could use all the same size because they really are blending in well. Like, I don't think after you get them all assembled, you're not going to be able to tell which ones were the large ones and which ones were the small ones. Because they almost camouflage each other. So where else should we stick one? How about right here? Yeah, right here. That's a good spot. Layering them is kind of fun because they kind of look more like pine tree boughs when they're not all going the same direction. I have a big, whoops, let me turn this a little bit. I don't know if that's going to help. But there's a big gap right here, so I'm going to stick one there. I'm getting down to the end of the ones that I broke apart. I do have a few more that I could still break apart. We're going to stick that one right in there. Oops. If I jerk my finger away, it's because I got a little bit burned. Can you see that? Okay, so I think it's all together. I might need to go back in and add a little bit of glue here and there just to make sure it's nice and secure. A little bit there. And then I found a star. So if you can see the star. This was in Hobby Lobby. And they said all of their Christmas is going to be 50% off the entire season. And I don't know much about marketing or pricing, but I just don't get it. Why market $4 if you know you're only going to sell it for $2 anyway for the entire season? It's sort of strange to me. So this has like a little spring topper fastener on top, but I'm going to take it off because I think I can just glue this on. Oh, I think it's actually manufactured so that it's fused inside of the plastic. Yeah, it is not coming off. So I'll have to figure out how to take this off. But seeing that I can't really get it so that you can see the top anyway, I see one that's really loose here. I'm gonna put a little more glue on this one. Well, all I really want to do now is just try it out with the tea light candle inside. and I thought these would be really pretty in varying sizes. So this is the one that I still have to cover. Oh, sorry, I've got glue all over me. That's not very attractive. So I'm going to finish covering this one, but this is one of them finished, and I have some little battery operated tea lights here, and what you can do is just set it right underneath. I'm going to run over and turn the light off to see if we can get a better effect. Be right back. I think it did show up a little bit better. Anyway, the effect will be much nicer if the room were a little darker, but you can kind of see how fun that'll be when they're like in a trilogy. I'm going to put them on a little board and sprinkle artificial snow around them, and these will be my DIY sparkling Christmas trees. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.